evening and welcome to TiVi Tuan-san News at 6. My name is Nguyen. In today's top news, 43 deaths at sea, the latest in the European migrant crisis. The world unites to fight drug-resistant superbugs. And Vietnam sentences 9 drug traffickers to death. To today's top story. At least 43 migrants have died trying to reach Europe after their boat capsized off the coast of Egypt last night. The boat, carrying 600 migrants from Egypt, Sudan, Eritrea and Somalia, is believed to have been heading towards Italy. Rescue workers have saved over 100 people, though officials say at least 400 others are still missing. World countries have united over the rising threat of drug-resistant superbugs. Last night, 197 member states of the United Nations signed onto a declaration promising to develop national action plans and increase monitoring of the bug. It's feared the superbug could undermine global health systems and food production. US Secretary of State John Kerry has called for Russian and Syrian planes to stop flying over Syrian battle zones. In a tense exchange with the Russian Defense Ministry General, Kerry urged Russia to clear airspace for humanitarian aid. He also questioned whether the country could live up to its ceasefire obligations. The comments come after recent attacks on the aid deliveries in war-torn Syria, which the US believes were carried out by Russia. Russia has denied any involvement. The UK's fake Sheikh reporter has been accused of tampering with evidence in a criminal trial. Tabloid reporter Mazhar Mahmood is currently on trial for changing a witness statement in a case involving the former X Factor judge Talisa Kontostavlos. The changed statement would have aided her defence. Mahmood targeted the English singer-songwriter and actress in one of his undercover stings in 2014. It's alleged the TV star sold the reporter 14 grams of cocaine through a contact, but the case against her eventually collapsed. Facebook chief executive Mark Zuckerberg and his wife Priscilla Chan have pledged almost $4 billion towards a plan to cure all diseases by the end of the century. The announcement was made during an event today in San Francisco, California. The health initiative is part of a promise made by Zuckerberg last year to donate 99% of his company shares to the charity, currently worth about $45 billion. The initiative's first project, named Chan Zuckerberg BioHub, will be a $600 million research centre designed to foster collaboration among scientists and engineers, as well as those from Stanford, the University of California and Berkeley. To an update on the New York blast over the weekend. New York police are now searching for 2 men seen removing a pressure cooker bomb from a tote bag in the neighbourhood of Chelsea. It's believed the men were after the tote bag and were unaware the pressure cooker contained explosives. The FBI has released CCTV images of the pair and are calling for them to come forward as witnesses in the Chelsea bombing investigations. To news in Vietnam. A court in Hanoi has sentenced to death a notorious drugs kingpin and 8 associates for heroin trafficking. The group, led by 34-year-old Giang A Tang, reportedly trafficked over 750 kilograms of heroin from Thailand and Laos to Vietnam between 2009 and 2013. After a 4-day trial on Wednesday at the People's Court in Bac Ninh Province, 9 members of the network had received the death penalty. 3 others, including Thang's wife and father, were given life in prison on the same charges. Vietnam has some of the world's toughest drug laws, with the trading or trafficking of at least 100 grams of heroin punishable by death. Vietnamese health officials are advising consumers to avoid certain seafood products sourced from the country's central coast. The warning follows mass fish deaths caused by a toxic spill linked to Taiwanese industrial group Formosa Plastics that occurred in the region earlier this year. In its latest report, the Ministry of Health said that only fish caught from the upper layer of the ocean are safe to eat. The ministry also guaranteed that fish caught 20 nautical miles offshore were safe for consumption. Back in Australia, the Australian Bureau of Statistics is urging Australians who have not completed their census forms to do so before the end of this week. The National Survey's Program Manager Duncan Young told ABC TV this morning about 95% of households had completed the census, despite an embarrassing website outrage on census night. Under the Census and Statistics Act, an individual can be fined up to $180 a day for each day they fail to complete and return the form. 6 of Australia's universities have been ranked among the best 100 in the world. That's according to the latest list by the Times Higher Education, which placed the University of Melbourne as Australia's top university, ranking at number 33. The Australian National University followed, coming in at 47, while the University of Queensland and University of Sydney ranked at equally 60. Melbourne's Monash University ranked 74th on the world's ranking index, with the University of New South Wales moving 4 places to 78. Oxford topped the list as the world's leading university, followed by the California Institute of Technology, Stanford and Cambridge. That's all from TiVi Tuan-san News at 6. Thank you for watching. I'm Nguyen.